Not
You
yet.
know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation.
Stop right there.
Her invitation. And
At
say
her
it was
invitation. So a 20-year-old OnlyFans girl gives you an invitation. You're Shannon Sharpe. So
how many other invitations do you have? I'd like to know the list. Is that the only invitations you ever got?
Yeah. So all somebody has to do is give you an invitation and you going? You're Shannon Sharpe. You don't go to invitation. No, she comes to you.
But men, if you don't have self-discipline, if you are, following the lust of your flesh,
that's a fact.
You won't go get it. It don't matter.
You
have to control yourself. And this is just really what it's all about.
That's what it's
People
all about.
having self-control, saying no, having values. They don't have it anymore. And like you said, he's living his life so what he thinks. No, and this is what's wrong with the whole world right now. No one believes in traditional actual relationships, and this is what you get. This is what you get when you don't get to know a person. This is what you get. You bought into it. This is what you get. She in my world, when I looked at this in my mind, my mind is, I got an imagination. She heard that sex tape with Michelle. She got mad. He probably tried to cut her off or something. And now she going, you know what, I'm gonna set you up. And I heard somebody say something because she is Snow Bunny. I mean, that's what they that's what they do.
So we gotta talk about that. We gotta talk. We gonna get that.
Before we go there, can we say something about the fact you said something about if he was honest and just told her this is what it is. If you want to be in a poly situation, you have to have mature adults, people who are very, very mature in their emotional. They have self-control. They can regulate themselves and they know how to work well with others. They're not even vetting. Do they even have the characteristics to qualify to be in that type of situation?
That's
like you can say anything. And then if you're 19, how much relationship experience do you have to be able to say, yes, I can sign up for this?
Right.
You know what I mean? But I mean, probably want to pick somebody younger who don't know.
Statistically, our brains aren't really fully developed until we're 21. So
that part too.
Yeah.
So he manipulated her. He did. He could have told her, this is what I'm doing, and you want it. Men do that when they feel that they are in a power or a position. There are men that say, this is what I'm doing. And she probably just got pissed off one day and said, you know what? Lights, camera, action.
But listen, here's the thing. When you're dealing with a 19-year-old girl, she, you know why you got to pay her? Because she don't like you that much.
Come on.
She don't like you that much. Yes. If they were the same age, if Shannon was 20 and she was 20 and they went out to dinner, you gotta, because you're a guy, you gotta pay for dinner, right? You gotta open doors, you gotta do all those things. No problem. Yes. But she wouldn't be expecting you to peel off millions of dollars to her. Why? Because she's on your level, she's your age. And she went out with you because she liked you. This girl went out with I don't even know if they ever went out, but she's spending time with this man because of who he is and what he has.
You know what? That's a great point. I want to just point out. Do y'all know who King Henry VIII, the one who had all the wives? The king.
Yeah, King Henry. Yeah, the 16th or something. Yeah.
His fifth wife was like 15, 16 years old. She got beheaded because she was actually talking to somebody her own age. She was literally married to the King of England, who had everything for everybody. And to your point, because she really didn't like him, she cheated on him with somebody her own age. And that particular boy, his job was to wipe the king's butt. That was his job. So that's a point too. Because it's like, you got to know why they're there.
Yes. Yes.
But the other reason they're there is also for him to feel in control. How likely is it for him to get a woman his age, in his age realm, and he actually controls her
we wasn't coming up with that.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot of them. I know some.
I'm not saying that there's none. But I am saying, what's the likelihood of the control is a lot easier.
Right.
Yeah.
A predator.
I want to add. Oh, go ahead.
So
go ahead, Hazel.
I want to say that, you know, a lot of times I think we get lost in realizing that a lot of people don't really grow up. Like somewhere along the way, someone gave him permission.
Mm-hmm. That's arrested development right there.
Yeah.
His power, his stance, his position to be able to get what he wants. Some along the line he's learned to do that, and he thought, let me find the most vulnerable person that I can get a hold of that makes me still feel good in the way that I need to feed that little boy in me or that little teenager in me, and do that. And when she I just researched the stuff too, actually. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. Like, why? But then I had to remember, every adult is not a grown-up person. Like their mentality, their emotional stability, all of those things can be halted, and you can just grow up. Just because you're somebody famous, just because you got money, that doesn't change who the heck you are from jump. Clearly there's some things that was going on or is going on. And when he says in the video clip, what he say, I'm going to be honest and truthful. Yo, you wasn't, because if you was, then them women wouldn't be, that woman right here wouldn't be responding to you in the way that she did. You wasn't honest and upfront. So to use those words to try to pull on someone's emotion to fall for what you've done, your foolishness, your lack of, is just furthering positioning you to say, yo, you was just dumb, yo. You was completely dumb. You allowed your young self to guide you.
Young self.
Yeah, crazy. Just crazy. Yeah, this guy, he's in trouble. He's in trouble. But I got another clip that I want to show you guys. Now it looks like Monique has chimed in on this. So let's see what she had to say about this in the past Monique interview coming back to haunt him. All right. Let's see if the interview is here. So let's see what did she say?
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs. Okay? Let me tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your ass and get you an old bitch out there that can love you old. You're trying to these young bitches. You can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it. When they want you to go for the 4th round, you looking at her like, bitch, listen, I need you want some money to go to Starbucks because I can't go no further. But if you get your older girl, when you get to that 4th round, she's gonna say, hold on. Let me go get you some eggs and cheese and some toast with apple butter, because that's gonna get your energy back up. I'm talking right to you. Shit. So he thought I was gonna be scared. Yes, I'm talking, and I know an old gal, she'll be good to you. Her name is Elladora.
Wow.
Yo, what did she try to tell him?
Tried to tell him.
It's crazy because when I think about the people that used to come into strip clubs and what they like, how they would behave when it's just them amongst women, they feel comfortable being their worst selves around. They want to be able to be awful. That's what men want to be able to do. They want the freedom to be terrible and nobody say anything to them.
Right.
And for you to get this far in your life, to have this much money as you have, and to have kids, which means you've interacted with females, you don't want accountability. And if you don't want accountability, that means you don't have maturity, which means you don't have the capacity to love anybody for real. You don't want to pour out to anybody. So really, he don't need a wife. He needs a woman. It's called girlfriend experience. It's called a girlfriend experience. You need somebody that you're paying to be your girlfriend, to do what you want them to do, so that you have it's a
mutual understanding.
Thank you. It's a gig, right? And when you feel like you don't want to talk to her no more, it's not going to be emotions involved, right? Because dudes, y'all don't like emotional. Y'all keep talking about how emotional we are. First of all, I'm not emotional. My feelings is a choice. I could choose or to be offended or not be offended by a lot of stuff that people do. I feel like I learned that in there. I feel like a lot of stuff I dissociate from and all that. That's what these women know how to do real good. But when Monique was talking to him, she was talking to him about what a woman need to do for him. He don't have nothing to offer anybody. I'm not hearing what kind of husband he would be where somebody would want to be with him for real. He sounds
not a woman,
Yeah.
a female maybe, but not a woman. A woman
Exactly.
isn't gonna. No, come on, baby, no.
But I'm saying that you if you get somebody, you know what you want, buy that and let that be that. But you want to actually be 19 again. You know, I'm getting to
he
the
got
point.
something in his life got skipped, like for real. If you really if he was to come and see me and I do a hypno session on him, you can most definitely trace it back to his childhood for real. He really there's some wounds there for real that he has. Somehow he pushed back and he removed himself from, he disassociated from it, and the little bit that people allowed him to be, he used that as his baseline to create the version of him that he is. But the problem is that you can't hide from you, not for real. Eventually you gonna come out, you gonna have to face you gonna find you gonna come out. And this now this I will even go to a stretch and say, hey, God don't make no mistakes. And you know what they say, what you do in the dark, come to the light. And now he need this to come to the light so he can get the healing he need, so he can really show up. Because I'm going to make the assumption that even his relationship with his children are not the best relationships. Not when you're doing stuff like this. There's nowhere in the world that you can convince me that you're showing up in the best way you know how, when you have the opportunity to have this much power and position and you playing with it. Like it's no way in the world. You thought that who you are or who you perceive to be was going to be good enough to allow you to just do whatever, right, wrong, or indifferent. Whether she invited the whole thing and whatever, at the end of the day, you make the wrong choice. You made
above it's almost